It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I'm actually very, very excited to get into this one. This is my first beer from Cellars. I've never heard of the brewery before. Never heard of them, but it looks really, really cool. This is called Pyrotechnic Pleasantries. It's got all of the blend info, which is on the side of the bottle, which we'll talk about in a moment. It is 5.9% ABV. It's in a 1.9 fluid ounce bottle from America, California in America. Here's the bottle cap. Again, super excited for this one. It was sent by the wonderful Lister, who's from the UK. He moved to America, and then he come back on holiday to the UK, and he brought some beer with him, and he sent it to me from the UK. There we go. So let's get this beer out into a glass, see what we get. Now, apparently, the man who brews this beer is a proper beer geek. He's a proper Belgian sour. I don't know where the microphone is on a iPhone. I'll just move it around the screen. Ooh! Right, look at this. Oh my goodness me, look at this! Whoa! Wow! Oh, I've never seen anything quite like this. Have a listen. Can you hear that? Comment if you can hear it. I used to have one of those kind of nice big elaborate DSLR cameras with a big Rode mic coming off it, and I could just stick it underneath the Rode mic and you could hear it. Bought an iPhone because of the camera, and my DSLR wasn't focusing properly, but when it didn't focus properly on the beers, and this was only a year ago, you could hear everything. People loved the sound of the beers. It just wasn't focusing. I probably needed to buy a Sony, but I never bought a Sony. I bought a Panasonic, which is notorious for focusing problems. Made the wrong call. Anyway, we're not here to talk about cameras, are we? We're here to talk about this beer. My goodness me, that looks like a hazy, deep orange coloured. Wow. Grief. I so wish we lived in an age where you could scratch and sniff your iPhone if you're watching it on it, or if you could scratch and sniff your telly that you're watching this video on, and you could smell. I wish that you guys watching this could smell what I'm smelling. The aroma on this beer is out of this world. Close my eyes, I'm in Cantillon. Close my eyes, I'm in Three Fontainen. Close my eyes, I'm in some of the most wonderful Belgian lambic breweries in the world. I'm standing in their cellars with my eyes closed, smelling their beer in their brewery right now. I have just been transported to Belgium by an American brewery brewing Belgian styles, but I live in Wales in the UK. Wow, what a journey. And that's just by sticking my nose into this beer. What a journey. This is, I know it. This is going to be one of the most sourest beers I've ever tried in my life. And I don't mean one of these fruit slushy, fruit concentrate sours. I mean proper Belgian sour. Let's dive in. Cheers. Oh. Woo! Stone the crows. Stone the crows. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I'm singing a song. It's been a long time. It really has. Since I tasted a sour beer on that magnitude, on that level of quality. My goodness me. That is just out there. I'm not throwing this bottle of beer away. I've got a shelf above you where I keep all my collaboration beers. Some of you might have seen it on Instagram. I posted a beer. But on the left hand side of this, I've got all my kind of like super rare stuff that you can't really get anymore. This bottle, after I finish this review, is going to go and sit on the wooden shelf up there on the left hand side. This is one of the bottles of beer that I will never ever, even though it's just a bottle of beer, I will never ever part with this bottle as long as I live in this house. It's going to go up there, it's going to gather dust for as long as I bloomin' live. That is exceptional. Exceptional sour beer. Shame on me for not knowing about this brewery. Woo! It's instant sourness. It's just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing beer. Mind-blowing beer. Phew, so acidic. So acidic. It reminds me of my Frank Boone Gers Marianne Fontana. I've done the same thing. In my cupboard in the kitchen, I've got an empty bottle of Marianne Fontana. I think that's the name of the beer. Marianne Parfait or something along those lines. Boone Creek. I've kept the bottle in the kitchen because it did exactly as this beer is doing to me now, where it's just an out of this world experience. It's just a experience of joy and happiness. It's really difficult to describe it. It's got a vinaigrette, like malty, grainy, biscuity, kind of like waffle biscuits flavour coming through. After all that sourness dissipates. And then it's just, it's like 100 IBU bitter beer, but instead of being 100 IBU, it's like the equivalent in sour beer. This is one of the most sour beers I've ever had in my life, and it's putting a smile on my face. I really appreciate it. I don't appreciate, that's another day. I'm not going to talk about these fake fruit sour beers that are made in Scotland. I'm not going to talk about those beers, because you all know I'm dead against that kind of stuff anyway. So I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about this, and it's just wonderfulness. Just superb. So drinkable, it's just right. A blended sour ale, re-fermented with strawberries, 5.9% ABV. So the blend info is 54 months barrel aged brown mixed culture. 54 months. 12, 24, 36, 48. That's like 4.5 years. Then a 6 month barrel aged spontaneous ale. That's 12% that they mixed it with. Then a 19 months barrel aged saison. That's 19% of the blend. And then 34% of the blend is a 26 months barrel aged golden mixed culture. Just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Just absolutely incredible beer. At this point, I don't know what to say. This is probably one of the best beers I've ever tried in my life. Sour Cellars, Sweet Bee, Rancho, Cucamonga, California. Now, this lister has sent me a bit of a note on this, and I'm going to read it now. A blended sour from a brewery called Sour Cellars. These guys make so many great Belgian style sour ales, but you don't find in many places. I missed the word there, luckily. Beer. You don't find the beer in many places. Luckily, I live about 30 minutes from the brewery, so I can get you some. The owner is a real dedicated beer nerd. He brought staves back from a trip to Belgium in order to get exactly the right bug cultures for the beer. Over a few years, he has now built a fantastic barrel program and a quirky tap room located to enjoy the beer. Definitely a recommended stop off for anyone who enjoys proper sour beer and not these modern fruit slushies. And I totally agree on the modern fruit slushies. I'm just not a fan. I just wish they would go away forever. If you want to try a real sour beer, try something like this. This is just monumental beer. I like it enough to give it a Stone the Crows 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 beer from Real Ale Craft Beer. Thank you very much to the listener for sending. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.